Morning, guys. Welcome to Coffee Chat. Wow, what an absolutely amazing morning it is, too. Practically Goldilocks. Not too hot, not too cold. Got a bit of a breeze. Smells amazing out here. And it is Friday, and that means the weekend's upon us. And weekends are for friends and for family, in my estimation. And I sure hope you get to spend your weekend with your friends and family. I'll tell you what. I love the weekends because, of course, they go by just like that. That's the one unfortunate part. They go by so fast. But hey, that's when you can kind of get the little kick back a little bit. I know for a lot of people, though, even for us, hey, it's house cleaning day on Saturday usually. And, we just go out and just get busy doing what we have to do and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, you take that time out, you get to kick a ball with the kids, you get to have a little bit of a barbecue, meet up with friends Friday night. Hey, maybe that's date night for you, all that kind of stuff. There used to be a song by a band called Loverboy, and it was called Everybody's Working for the Weekend, and that is exactly what it felt like way back at that time, and I'm sure that's kind of what it's like today too. Well, hey, anyhow, guys, the articles that I was reading this morning, boy, I'll tell you. This one's coming out of Germany. And so the German government has finally said, hey, I guess we just are entering into a recession. I'm thinking, you have got to be kidding me that you're just now acknowledging that it's a recession. I'll tell you what, when we were going through winter back there and they had all those nuclear plants that they were shutting down, which is absolutely crazy when you consider all of the, infrastructure that Germany had. What an industrial power, and how that government was betraying its own people is mind-numbing when you think about it. But I'll say this much, those German people out there, they got out and they got their feet to the ground, and boy, did they ever protest a lot of that stuff. And you got to be proud of them, because I'll tell you, you just can't sit back and acquiesce to all this WEF hoopla. But here they are. They must think that we are absolutely kindergartners, the most gullible people on earth. They put these articles out. Oh yeah, now we're in a recession. You got to be joking, because of course, what was going on back there, guys? All that high prices for energy and heating your home, power, petrol for the car, and all this kind of stuff. And the average person right now, you're joking, right? You go to the grocery store and you see how much it costs you for a pound of bacon or a dozen eggs or this or that versus what it did just a couple years back. It is absolutely ridiculous, the expensive stuff. Now, having said that, yeah, we've seen a big reduction in the cost of gas, haven't we? But a lot of people think, oh, that's such a relief, it's a good thing. Guys, I'm telling you what, that is not a good thing. On a global level, what you're really dealing with there is a massive drop in supply and demand. And if you're watching fossil fuels demand go way down like that, just consider, why is that? It's because, hey, look, all these container companies and like Maersk, they came out and said, we're seeing a major reduction in the utilization of these shipping containers. So the ships aren't moving, are they? And if the ships aren't moving, why aren't they moving? Well, because there's nothing to load on them, is there? If there's nothing to load on them, what does that mean? It means that all the manufacturers and the demand for products is also dropping in a big way. And it means that the global economy is slowing down, and it is coming practically to a screeching halt. And you're seeing major liquidity crisis in the bank, coupled with the fact that they're pushing this whole thing that's going on there in Eastern Europe. You know what I'm talking about. And then on top of that, you've got all of this manufacturing reduction around the world. And now here Germany's coming out saying that we're in a recession. Please, this is just getting to a point of nauseum when you see these governments treating us like we're absolute idiots. That's what I kind of think. Now, having said that, read an article about Dollar Tree. Well, apparently, Dollar Tree and Dollar General, their profits, even with these guys, have just dropped them about, 11% plus, and you're seeing a major hit to their stock price right now. And what are they coming out and saying that it's a result of, guys? Are they coming out and telling you, oh, it's because of a slowdown in the economy? No. What are they coming out and saying? They're coming out and saying it's because of loss due to theft. because of all of these weak-willed, district attorneys that are just allowing, these kind of like big, where they go in there, a dozen, 20 kids, and they just grab everything and run out of the store and all that kind of stuff. That's what they're talking about. But the reality is we are seeing a major pinch all around the country, all around the world, in every sector that there is. Judy and I were just out recently, and we were out doing some grocery shopping and and in the strip mall that we were in, one of these major big box stores, Bed Bath & Beyond, right there they have a going out of business sign, and you go in there and it says, oh, everything's 20 to 50% off. Well, we walked in there, and what's ridiculous about that is this: most everything, wasn't even that much of a sale. You wouldn't even, Black Friday has bigger sales than that. And I thought to myself, you know what? They already have liquidators assigned that are going to come in and scoop up all these items. And where are you going to find it, guys? You're going to find it online, aren't you? But all of these major big box stores, a lot of them are really cutting back, including even Walmart has come out and said they're closing stores. Now, a lot of them are said, and Walmart even came out and said, oh, well, it's due to our losses, due to theft and all this kind of stuff. Guys, I'm telling you, it's due to that, yes, partially, but I think a lot of it is due to the fact that people are not spending like they did before. People don't have it to spend like they did before. And that's what we're really seeing. We're not getting the genuine goods about how bad and in rough shape this economy truly is. And they aren't going to tell us till literally you see the bread lines like lining up. Then they'll admit, oh yeah, I guess we're in a major economic crisis. It's totally ridiculous until they have to open up all the soup kitchens because, hey, people are starting to live out of their cars again like they did in 2008. Kind of gets under my skin. Because, if they actually did come out and said, guys, we're really in a hard pinch here. And this is why, and we made some mistakes over here, and on and on and on. You could at least prepare your population for what is coming. And you could look at some strategic things that would kind of ignite the economy in a big way. You can't close down the global economy like they did back in like that, people outside on their balconies banging their pots and pans and all that kind of stuff. Literally shut down the whole wide world practically to a screeching halt, and then turn around while they did get, just pummeled out quantitative easing like no tomorrow, and then knowing full well, these economists knew full well what the result was going to be. It was strategic. That's what's going on. And you can't go out and do that and then turn around and say, oh, well, it's just, it's just hogwash the way that they're doing it. And that's what really bothers me. They don't want genuine transparency, and they certainly don't want genuine accountability, do they? And so here we are with the situation that we're in. And I'll tell you what, though, I was amazed, especially when we would see a lot of these protests happen over there in Europe. People not willing to just acquiesce to all that their government says, being spoon-fed a narrative that is just a load of malarkey. And that's what we need here on these shores. We need to get out there and truly protest a lot of this nonsense. This debt ceiling debacle, what a load of hooey. In fact, they can, solve this problem instantaneously. They can craft a piece of legislation that allows them not to be facing this all the time, but they won't do it. And why won't they do it? Because it's political points, guys. They can maneuver. They can do this. They can do that. They can fill all these bills. Watch and see. When the debt ceiling, how much pork is going to be in a lot of these, bills that they're going to put out there for how much they need to raise the debt ceiling for. Why? Because they're going to pay back all the people that patted their back all the way down the line that they wanted to do it. All these lobbyist groups, you betcha. That has been time and memorial. And who pays the final bill for that, guys? You guessed it. You and me. Not these big bankers. And certainly not these elected officials. It never ceases to amaze me how they can go in there. Most of them are millionaires when they start. By the time they leave, they're deca millionaires or billionaires. Never ceases to amaze me. They absolutely become stock pick geniuses once they enter into Congress. Isn't that quite amazing? That's what ends up happening anyway. Anyhow, guys, sometimes these soapboxes are just too tempting to not get up on, aren't they? Well, I'll tell you what, until later on today when we have a fantastic video to deliver to you, I sure hope you have a good one and take care.